In this video, we're going to take a look at some properties for logarithms and how we would implement them to expand our logarithms. All right, so real quick, of two things that we are multiplying together, we can expand that out into the sum of those logs with the same base. That is called the product rule. All right, if we are taking two logs of a base b and we see a quotient, then the quotient rule says we can write that as two logs being subtracted with that same base. All right, this one right here is called the power rule because we've got a log of some base with an exponent, and that exponent can be pulled down in front. It's called a power rule, so that power can be pulled down in front of the log to help to expand it and simplify these logs. So we're going to work out two examples here. So we'll go ahead and leave these properties up here just so that we've got them to refer to. Okay, in this first example here, we've got a log of a base a, we've got an x to the fourth times, use the product rule and write this as the sum of two logs with that same base. All right, now I am going to do more than one thing in my first step here. This right here is the cube root of y. All right, I'm reviewing from, like, say, an Algebra 2 class. You can go from radical form to exponential form. So when I write this term, I'm going to write it in exponential form. So I will be implementing that product rule and doing that all at the same time. So I'm going to have the log of a base a, x to the fourth, and then plus the log of a base a, y to the 1/3. So there's that changing from radical form to exponential form. All right, now I'm going to implement this power rule that says I can bring this 4 down in front, and I can bring the 1/3 down in front. So I'm going to have a 4 log of a, base a, x plus 1/3 times the log of a y, base a. All right, so I have expanded that out the best I can there, and that one was pretty straightforward, implementing just the product rule and the power rule. All right, now let's go ahead and do one over here that's got a quotient in it. Okay, again, we'll keep these rules up here for us to have something to refer to. Hopefully in this example right here, you can clearly see I have a quotient right there. Something is being divided. So when I have a quotient, then I can rewrite it as two logs with the same base that are being subtracted. And again, I'm going to take this square root of x and write it as an x to the 1/2 in this first step here. So then I'm going to have a log base 5 x raised to the 1/2, that's my numerator. All right, subtract then the log with a base 5 of the 25y to the 3rd. Okay, now this one is going to involve more than just one substitution here, one expansion here. Right here I have a 25 times y to the 3rd. So I have a product on a log right here, which means I can expand this portion even farther. Now, because it is following a subtract sign, I need to make sure I put some brackets around this, because if I make this into more than one term, that negative sign is going to have to be distributed. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that first term exactly as I see it. So log of a base 5 x raised to that 1/2 minus, so I've got a product, so I can make this addition. So I'll have the log of a base 5, 25, plus the log, again, of a base 5, y to the 3rd. Okay, now in this next line, I'm going to implement the power rule, because I need to pull down the 1/2. I need to pull down the 3. I'm also going to distribute that negative through there to drop the parentheses. So right here, let's go ahead and show that we're pulling that down in front, we're pulling that down in front, and we're distributing that negative sign through there. So then I'm going to have a 1/2 log of a base 5x minus log base 5 of a 25, and then minus, distributing the negative, a 3 log base 5 of a y. All right, now you can simplify a little bit longer here since this is all numerical. There's no variables in that whatsoever. So I can actually evaluate that. So I'm going to come over here and show it so that we're not doing it in our head. Log of 25 base 5. All right, I want to evaluate this. I want to find out what it's equal to. So equals x. Well, what does it equal? Okay, so to do this by hand without a calculator, you go from log form to exponential form. So that would be a 5 raised to the x equals 25. I just rewrote it in exponential form so that I could see it and visualize it a little bit easier here. Now I ask myself 5 raised to what power equals 25? Well, that's going to be 2. 5 squared is 25. So evaluating this log, I get a 2. So then the final answer here is going to be a 1/2 log of x base 5 minus 2 minus 3 log of y base 5. So a little bit more involved in this example. So we were able to use the quotient rule and the product rule and the power rule all in the same one, and then even evaluate part of it to make it as expanded and simplified as we possibly could. Definitely thanks for watching. If the videos are helping, please share with your friends so that they can benefit too. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks.